जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavan Dham. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत श्रील प्रभुपाद की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट श्रील भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट श्रील गौर किशोरदास बाबा जी महाराज की। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट श्रील जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की। श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन की। श्री धाम वृंदावन की। समागत वैष्णव मंडली की। भगवद गीता यथारूप की। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरियस, ऑल ग्लोरियस, ऑल ग्लोरियस। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीनिति नामिने। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता यथारूप 7th chapter 27-28 okay। येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्व-मोह-निर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः। येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्व-मोह-निर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः। येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
yeṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
yeṣāṁ anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ
yeṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ
janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām
janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām
te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā
bhajante
māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
yeṣāṁ tav anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ
yeṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ
puṇya-karmaṇām
janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām
dvandva-moha-nirmuktā
te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā
bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
Mataji's.
yeṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ
yeṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpaṁ janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā bhajante māṁ dṛḍha-vratāḥ yeṣāṁ, whose, tu, but, anta-gataṁ, completely eradicated, pāpam, sin, janānāṁ, of the person, janānāṁ, of the persons, puṇya, pious, karmaṇām, whose previous activities, they, dvandva, of duality, moha, delusion, nirmuktāḥ, free from, bhajante, engage in devotional service, māṁ, to me, dṛḍha-vratāḥ, with determination. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated and freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Nitya-lila pravishta vaicharanaravinda bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki. Purport. Those eligible for elevation to the transcendental position are mentioned in this verse. For those who are sinful, atheistic, foolish, and deceitful, it is very difficult to transcend the duality of desire and hate. Only those who have passed their lives in practicing the regulative principles of religion, who have acted piously, and who have conquered sinful reactions can accept devotional service and gradually rise to the pure knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then gradually they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the process of being situated on the spiritual platform. This elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness in the association of pure devotees. For in the association of great devotees, one can be delivered from delusion. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.2 that if one actually wants to be liberated, he must render service to the devotees. Mahat sevam dvaram ahur vimukteh. But one who associates with materialistic people is on the path leading to the darkest region of existence. tamodwaram yoshitam sangi sangam. All the devotees of the Lord traverse this earth just to recover the conditioned souls from their delusion. The impersonalists do not know that forgetting their constitutional position as subordinate to the Supreme Lord is the greatest violation of God's law. Unless one is reinstated in his own constitutional position, it is not possible to understand the Supreme Personality or to be fully engaged in his transcendental loving service with determination. 7th chapter, it's Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Lord Krishna is basically Sankhya Yogi. Sankhya Yoga, namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha. The entire creation is emanating from the Lord, from Krishna. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Everything is as per my desire. There is two tattvas, two theologies, Prakriti and Purusha. In Dvaitavad also, same. In Sanskrit grammar also, there are two theologies, Prakritis and Pratyayas. Similarly, here also, Prakriti and Purusha. So whatever is emanating is from me. Everything is under my control. But again he is saying that I am non-doer. I am not doing anything. That's why I am not reaping any results. Now, to understand this sloka, you have to go to the previous sloka, 27. Ichha dvesha samuthena dvandva-moha-na bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapaha. He parantapaha, the word parantapaha, paran tapayati iti parantapaha. The destroyer of all enemies is Lord Krishna, which we call in Hindi, from this paran, paraya shabda came, who is not your own. There, swanta and paratva. Swattva vinirmukta iti paratva. So we get attached to the people whom we know, who are our relatives, our own family members. We get attached to them. But those who are para, who are not related to us, we have no attachment for them. How these things are happening? Ichha dvesha samuthena. The desire. We have lots of desires. We are born with these desires. And that is prakritija. Because we are having in many lifetimes, we are having these desires. So as an instinct that is within us. When we are born, immediately we start having our desires. Then we have pravrutti. We get engaged in fulfilling those desires. So in a nutshell, what are the basic desires? I want to have profit. Nobody wants to have loss. Everybody wants to have profit. Everybody wants to have happiness. Nobody wants unhappiness. Everybody wants to live long. Nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to remain young. Nobody wants to become old. Everybody wants to remain healthy. Nobody wants to become diseased. These are the ichha. And dvesha samuthena. So wherever there is ichha, there is desire, there is pravritti. And not all the time all our desires gets fulfilled. You invest all your capital and you end up in a big loss. So then what happens? Dvesha. So due to what? Our desires are not fulfilled. If I bought something or there is a enmity between me and my neighbor, I will develop an inimical relationship with him. That is called dvesha. So all the things which are obstacles in our achievement are called dvesha. So the entire creation is based on that. Everything, every relationship, every business, anything that's happening in this prakriti, in this nature, are having this ichcha dvesha samuthena. These are deriving out of ichcha and dvesha. So I get angry and then there is an anger outbursts. Dvandva-moha-na bharata. So we are living in this duality. How to get rid of my troubles and to become happy. But Bhagavatam says something else. Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the essence of Bhagavad Gita also, if you read the Sankhya, when you are doing the karma for yourself, you create karma. But if you are doing the karma, same karma for somebody else, then you are not creating karma. If somebody asks, oh, I didn't see you the whole day. Oh, I was bringing flowers for the deities. Or I was fetching some water for my guru, for example, or somebody. So, then you are not getting the karma. So, Sankhya Yogi, the approach of the Sankhya Yogis, which is Jnana Marga, their approach is they do everything without having a least tinge of attachment towards that. So they perform everything as a duty. I have a family, I have a brother, I have father, mother, sister, whatever. So I'm doing it as a duty, not out of my self-satisfaction. So then there is no attachment. That is Sankhya Yoga in a nutshell. And even though you are doing without having an attachment, still the karma phalas will come, the results will come or not. The results will come. So how will you deal with that? And not only this lifetimes, many lifetimes karmas are there. And possibly in Garud Purana it's written, Purva janma kratam pāpaṁ vyadhi rupena jayate. The diseases in this lifetime happens because of the sins committed in our previous lifetimes. This is what the scripture says. So this lifetime you are very scheduled, you are doing everything in a very routine way and in a righteous way. But still, you are having some prarabdha karmas. So how to deal with that? How the Sankhya Yogis deal with that? Bhunjana kratam vipakam. You accept it as my own karma and just tolerate it. So the basic essence is that whenever there is a good time, you should never think that the good time will last forever. And whenever there is a bad time, you should not think that, it should finish very fast. This is the ideal way of living. So whenever any trouble comes, welcome. It continues, let it continue. It will happen, it will finish when the prarabdha is finished. And when good time comes, you should not become too attached, I should always be making this much profit, I should always be this much happy. That you should not expect. That is the actual state. So this, whosoever is situated in this kind of Sankhya, they are unperturbed. They are still, they are called Sthita Prajna. They are called Sthita Prajna. Nitya Mukta Nirashraya. Nitya Mukta. They are eternally freed. They have no foundation. And nirashraya, they don't take any shelter. Shelter means the shelter of the shelter as a roof, the shelter as a food, the shelter as a relationship, they have no shelter. Nirashraya. This is what is termed in the scriptures as Atma Tantra. Tantra means self-mechanism. This is the Sankhya part. And when it comes to the devotee, according to the Vaishnava Darshana, you do it for somebody. So for whom? For the Lord. So whatever duties you are performing, you keep Lord in the center. That's the best trick. There is a sloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita. bhukti mukti siddhikami shakalei ashanta Krishna bhakta chatur atayev shanta. So those who are hankering for this Advaita Gyan or purely Sankhya, who are following this path, or those who are hankering for bhukti. Bhukti means to go to the Deva Lokas and lead a more luxurious life than this material world, which you get everything there. So they are all ashanta. Ashanta means whenever there is expectation and the expectation is not being fulfilled, there is affable inside your heart, oh, this is not being fulfilled. But if you are desireless, yadrichhalava santushto, whatever comes, you accept it. Whatever does not come, that also you accept. If you are situated in that condition, then you are unperturbed. Nothing can bother you. And that is possible when you give all the shreya, all the credit to the Lord. This happened, O Lord, it's your desire. Good happened, O Lord, it's your desire. So everything is emanating from ichcha dvesha samuthena, ichcha and dvesha. So the desire, the propensity is to achieve things, and whenever it gets obstructed by whatever, it may be you are working on an important, important project in the computer and the electricity goes away. You immediately get angry to the electricity department, or the internet goes away. Oh, I pay each month, but still it's not working. So, ichcha dvesha samuthena. The entire creation, so because it is ichcha dvesha samanvita, that's why everybody has a natural propensity to this samsara, to engagement, to attachment. The detachment is not natural, attachment is natural. You have to cultivate detachment. Detachment does not come naturally. Either you cultivate it through Sankhya, the path I explained, or by putting Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in between everything. Inside your family, in your relationships, in your business, everywhere. I am just your servant. So, that's what Prabhupada is saying, eternal constitution. You have to believe in your swarupa, that I am not this body. In this life I got this name, I got this body, I got this passport and everything. But in previous life where I was, I also don't know. So the eternal existence is of the soul, not this body. Then, so this kind of people, Krishna is saying, Sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapaha. The entire world is running after this sarga. Sarga means creation, which is natural prapancha, this normal creation. So all the living entities by nature, they are looking for creation. And here, Baladev Vidyabhushan also made in his commentary, it says that is everything what you see the running, everybody is running. But the running is not just the cars. The running is coming inside your heart. The desire to run. So you see everybody is so busy, and not because just the need of their work. It's also the desire from the heart. I need to go there and achieve it very fast. So this viveka, this buddhi is moha grasta. It's engulfed by attachment. So when you are bereft of that, when you get rid of those attachments, you are naturally calm. You are not going to lose anything, you are not going to achieve anything. Dukkheshu anudvignamana sukheshu manmanamamupashrita. So you come to a state that you are not affected by whatever is happening in your life. And that is very much required for devotional practice. One may not achieve 100%, but as much you achieve, at least the concept should be very clear that this is the path. And if you gradually try, krute prayatne kinna labheta, what cannot be achieved by constant practice. Then he's saying, yeṣāṁ. So this kind of people, those who were ichcha dvesha samuthena, they are always engaged into material activities, and therefore they are destined to suffer pain, sorrow and happiness. natural. So this kind of people does not have any propensity for spiritual activity, transcendental activities. Now the question will come naturally, then who are qualified for the spiritual activities? This is the question that will naturally arise. Then they are saying in the next sloka, yeṣāṁ anta-gataṁ pāpam. The sins, whosoever has extinguished all his sins. That means a sinful cannot do bhajan. So, to do bhajan, you need to be free of sins. And how you can get rid of janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām. Puṇya-karmaṇām janānām. The people who are engaged in righteous activities, Vedic karmas, yajna, tapa, dana, vrata, homa, all those activities, pious activities, if you are engaged, then you are earning punya, because you don't know how many sins we have committed in previous lifetimes. There are lots of sins in our prarabdha, not only this lifetime. We don't have control over that. But what you can do, if you have taken a loan, so you have to keep on putting money into your bank. It will get deducted, and then at one point there will be zero balance. That is the actual state. This is what is saying. Teṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpam janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām. If you do a lot of punya karma, that is punya karma is sattva guna. Yajño vai shreshṭhatamam karma. Out of all the karmas, the topmost is yajna. So if you do this, today's Ekadashi, Shaktila Ekadashi, right? So we'll talk about a little bit about Ekadashi also. So if you engage into that kind of activities, then your constitution, the bodily constitution, I'm not talking about the soul itself, the bodily constitution, if you're going to do yajnas, if you do ever, you know that you have to get up and then do annika, then you offer the oblations to the sacred fire with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha, and then there is a good feeling. You feel like heavenly feeling, that is true. That comes naturally. So, by doing this punya karmas, the papas, the sins, that gets naturally, that reduces. So we don't know how many sins we have. Like in previous class somebody asked that when we will understand that everything became a zero balance. There is no machine, there is no teller for that, but you can feel it naturally. But whatever is there, we are not going to the statistics accounts. What we will do, we will keep on doing punya karma. That is our duty. So your constitution, your thought, everything will get situated in a pure state. And with that pure mind, you can pursue your bhajan. That is the main theme here. Yeṣāṁ tu anta-gataṁ pāpam janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām. Janānāṁ puṇya-karmaṇām tu anta-gataṁ pāpam. Those who has done a lot of pious activities, their sins are gradually eradicated. They are extinguished. Then he comes to a state that which is eligible to pursue his spiritual activities. Te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā bhajante mam dṛḍha-vratāḥ. Te dvandva-moha-nirmuktā. Just before in the previous sloka, we spoke ichcha-dvandva-samuthena, ichcha-dvesha-samuthena. So this dvanda, duality, this duality is arising out of ichcha and dvesh, desire and getting abstracted. So when you do a lot of pious activities, then naturally the sins are gone and you come to a pure state. But that is not enough for the devotees. The path of the devotees is totally different. It says, dvandva-moha-nirmuktā bhajante mam dṛḍha-vratāḥ. You have to understand the Sankhya as God has described in previous chapters, that you should be unattached with your karmas. That is the best way. But for human being like us, who has come after so many births and deaths, so many lives, so we have natural desires. That can be eradicated under the shelter of some Vaishnava, of some exalted devotee. That will, when you stay in association, that's why Nanda Maharaj is saying to Garga Muni when he came to his house, Mahad vichalanam nidam grihinam dina chetasham nishreyasaya kalpate bhagavan na anyatha kalpate kvachit. So, exalted personalities like you come to our house, this is Nanda Maharaj is saying, to bless us. It's not for you, for your purpose. So, it's us we need more mercy, more blessings. Then we can be able to get dvandva and moha. And once we will be free from dvandva and moha, by constant practicing the transcendental activities, by worshipping, by chanting, by reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, associating with the devotees, this kind of propensities will go away. That's what Prabhupada is saying. If you get engaged with the materialistic people, these propensities will further grow. That will continuously grow. But if someone becomes dṛḍha-vratāḥ, dṛḍha-vratāḥ means very determined. You become very resoluted that I will do it. Here, you can see the same determination which were taking you to do the sins, the same determination will help you to get involved into sins. This is another thing. Like Prahlada Maharaja, Savai Valamcha Balinam Paresham. When Prahlada Maharaj was studying in the Gurukul of Shandamarka, the son of Shukracharya. Shukracharya is the guru of the demigods. So what they must be teaching in their Gurukul? Himsa paramo dharmaha. Cruelty is the topmost dharma. They must be teaching how to kill and conquer. So Prahlada Maharaj came from his Gurukul and he is the son of a demon, Hiranyakashipu. So what the father will expect, the mafia will expect that my son should be fearless. He should be able to shoot anybody and do anything. This is what the expectation will be. He won't want a person, if a mafia will see that my son is going to the temple and doing Bhagavad Gita, will he be happy? So when he came back to home, sometimes he used to come. In traditional Gurukul process, we have few holidays. I have a pathshala, I teach there. So same, we follow the tradition that Pratipada, the first day of the month, Pratipada you don't teach, Ashtami you don't teach, and Dwadashi you don't teach. So these are the holidays. Possibly he used to come, Prahlada Maharaj used to come to meet his parents on those days. So he came, Prahlada Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu put him in his lap and he smelled his head, small son. And then he asked him that, what did you learn from there? You must be learning very valorous things, very demoniacal things. What did you learn? He said, I learned that Lord is existing everywhere. He is all pervasive. He is omniscient. What will be the reaction of Hiranyakashipu? He was getting very angry. Then he put him under so many tortures. He told the soldiers, throw him from the top of the mountain. They threw him, put him into the fire, let him crush under the feet of the elephants. So many types of tortures he did to finish. Because I don't want a son who is God-minded. I want a demon who will take care of my kingdom. I don't want a son like Prahlada Maharaj. Who will want? And he is a demon. His forefathers all were demons. So he is having that tendency. So then, after all the efforts were failed, then Hiranyakashipu asked, that tell me one thing, where are you getting the strength from? That I am trying everything and nothing is working out. Where are you getting the strength from? Sabai balah balinam paresham. That is the strength. He said, oh my father, the strength you have, where you are getting the strength, I am also getting the strength from same place. It's a beautiful slok. Savai balam balinam cha paresham na kevalam me bhavatascha rajan. Don't think it's just the strength between which I have and you have, my dear father. So all the strength, sthavara jangama. Then it's saying, yatha valam ime sthira jangamanam. The inert object, this jada padartha also has a strength. Otherwise, how come this 1,000 tons of building is standing? It has also strength. The pillars have strength. And Chaitana, living entities, they also have strength. So my dear father, where you are getting your strength, I am also getting the strength from the same source. Savai valam balinam cha paresham na kevalam me bhavatascha rajan yatha balam ime sthira jangama. Sthira jangama, whatever is there in this world, moving or non-moving, wherever the strength coming from, the strength is the only one. Actually, the strength is coming from the soul. The energy, the soul is the living entity. All this pancha mahabhuta created, this body created out of 5 elements are all dead objects. So I mean to say this story that the same dṛḍha, the resolution, the same determination which were forcing you to indulge into sinful activities will also help you in progressing into God consciousness. Same strength. It's not that you bring in something else. It's already inherent within us. The tools are there, how you use it. So today is Shartila Ekadashi. We'll talk a little bit. Last time also I got a chance. I gave Hindi Bhagavad Gita class. It was also Ekadashi day. So maybe there is some blessings. I think this is my first English Bhagavad Gita class. I have given Bhagavatam class, but English I think this is the first one. So Ekadashi. Ekadashi Mahapunya Vishnu Rishasya Vallabha. Vaishnav Tantra. Mahapunya. It is capable of giving all punyas. Now we talk about papa and punya, isn't it? So if somebody follows this Ekadashi, you get all the results. This is written in Bhavishya Puran. Also it's called Harivasar, Madhav Tithi, Vaishnava Toshini, Upavas. Many names are there. In Vrihannaradiya Puran, Ratantiha Puranani, many Puranas, Brahmanda Puran, Vishnu Puran, Padma Puran, Narad Puran, Vrihannaradiya Puran, all this glorifies the Ekadashi fasting. See the sloka. Ratantiha Puranani bhuyo bhuyo varanane na bhoktavyam samprapte harivasare. Once you reach Harivasar, Ekadashi Tithi, na bhoktavyam. When it is repeated twice or thrice, that means too much emphasis. You should not eat, you should not eat, you should not eat. Yani kani cha papani brahma hatya samani cha annam ashritya tishtanti samprapte harivasare. Harivasar Tithi, yani kani papani, whatever sins are there, they take shelter of the food grains, which we call pancha ravishashya. 5 types of grains. So that's why we don't accept any grains on Ekadashi. Matriha pitriha chaiva bhratriha guruha tatha ekadashyanta yo bhunkte vishnu lokachyuto bhavet. Brahma hatyadi papanam kathanchin nishkratir bhavet. Brahma hatya, if somebody kills a brahmana or any jiva, it's called Brahma hatya. It's one of the most heavy type of sins. So there are very few pratyavaya. Pratyavaya means there are few austerities which can cleanse this kind of sins. But it's saying, Brahma hatyadi papanam kathanchin niskriti bhavet. Somehow one can get rid of this kind of difficult sins. You have committed it, but there are some ways out that you can somehow got rid of this kind of sins. But ekadashyanta yo bhunkte Vishnu loko chuto bhavet. But whosoever eats on Ekadashi will never reach back to Godhead. That much importance Ekadashi has. In Vrihannaradya Puran there is a story. There is a king of Kaushik Nagar. Where is Kaushik Nagar? I don't know. Kaushik Nagar, there was a king called Rukmangada. Rukmangada, his wife was named Sandhyavali. And his son was named Dharmangada. So King Rukmangada used to send his ambassadors, the dutas, and they used to beat drums. Hare Krishna. Beat drums and announce everywhere in his kingdom that those who were above 8 years and varshodhiko martyo yashiti naiva puryate, above 8 years old and who has not become 80 years old. Within this age frame, everybody must fast. Yo bhunkte mamake rashtre Vishnurahani papakrit. Vishnurahani means in this Ekadashi Tithi, whosoever will eat, then what he will do? This is the announcement. Same vadhyascha nirvasyo. Either I will kill him or I will deport him. I will send him back. In exile, I will just send him back from my kingdom. Deshatah kalatascha me. He won't stay here. He won't stay here anymore. Etasmat karanad vipra ekadashyam uposhanam. So if you want to stay away of this kind of punishment, you are not supposed to eat on Ekadashi. Kuryan naro va nari va pakshayor ubhayorapi. Whether you are a male or a female, you must fast on Ekadashi. Pakshayor ubhayorapi means on the dark fortnight and bright fortnight. Do paksha, Krishna paksha and Shukla paksha. There are two Ekadashis. You must fast. So this kind of announcement Rukmangad used to do. So what happened? Everybody started following the Ekadashi Tithi. So nobody is going to the Yamaloka anymore. If you commit sins, and those are all being extinguished by fasting on Ekadashi. So nobody is going to Yamaloka. One day Narada Rishi went. He saw all the offices are closed. The department is closed. Chitragupta, the accountant of Yamraj, is holding his file and walking around. There is no patient. So Chitragupta, they started lamenting, something happened in Martya Loka, Ekadashi and Devloka also. Nobody is coming to us. Our department is closed. So then he said, nobody is coming. This is a big concern. So Narad Rishi is the messenger. So he said, what should we do? He said, there is a king called Rukmangad in Martya Loka and he is imposing this Ekadashi very strongly. So, no customers. You do something. So he went with this message to Brahma. Or Narad Rishi said to him that you go to Brahma and consult. Maybe he will do something. He has some tricks. He can do Brahma Vimohana. He has tried to put in illusion to the Lord also by stealing the cowherd boys and things. So he has this Maya Jal. So he can do something. So he went to, Yamraj went to Brahma. And Brahma said, okay, now we have to somehow capture this Rukmangad king. He created one beautiful girl called Vimohini. And he said, and she was very excellent in singing ragas, classical music, and immaculately perfect, very beautiful, and very beautiful in dancing, and all the created by Brahma, definitely. She is having all the good qualities. He said, you go to Mandar Parvat and sit on the top of the Mandar and you sing Gandhar Rag. So she went, sat on top. Muhurta Trayanaiva, it's written in scriptures. In 3 muhurta, now muhurta may be 24 minutes, whatever. So within that fast speed, she reached from Brahmaloka to faster than jet plane. So she reached and sat on top of the mountain. And then she started singing. And at that time, Vinasha Kale Viparit Buddhi. So the king also thought, okay, I am ruling my kingdom for a long time. Let me have a break. So he took out his horse, he rode it, and then he went for Mrigaya, hunting. Actually, Mrigaya, the Kshatriyas used to do the kings to see if there are some miscreants are growing in the forests. You know, they steal. So by that excuse, they just kill them also. So he went for Mrigaya, and he heard that beautiful sound of Vimohini, and he got attracted. He approached and he saw. And she immediately said, oh, I was waiting for you. You know, I am the daughter of Brahma, and I was waiting for you since long, and I knew that you will come. So he also accepted the proposal, and they got married. Then Rukmangad was very much attached to her, and he started staying in the mountain for 8 or 9 years or whatever. According to that time, it must be many years. So he stayed back there. But within that time frame, every Ekadashi he used to fast. And she was being sent by Brahma to stop it. So one time the Kartik month came, Damodar Mas, and that he will definitely, the person does Ekadashi will not miss Damodar month. And everybody, all the devotees does. He said, okay, now the Damodar month came, you are not going to do it. She married. When she married, the condition was that when you can marry me, but whatever I will ask from you, you have to fulfill my desire. Otherwise, I will leave you. So he said, I have to fast on this Damodar month. I have to follow all the rituals. She said, no, this you cannot do. What you have to do, you tell it to do Sandhyavali. Your wife will do it. And you lead a normal life. Okay. Then he said, you do tapa, vrata, dana, yajna, whatever you want, but you cannot do this fasting and all those things. Okay, he agreed, because he cannot say no, never say no. So he sent the message to Sandhyavali, and Sandhyavali accepted, and she did it. Then on the month of Kartik, Ekadashi came. Now she said, I said not to follow anything of Kartik, so you're not supposed to follow this Ekadashi. Then he was in a big dilemma. What should I do? Otherwise she will leave. Then in the morning, early morning, on Dashami Tithi, the drummers came. Oh, from the age of 8 to 80, no one should eat any grains because tomorrow is Ekadashi. Because his son Dharmangada became the king. And Dharmangada was a very staunch, revered soul. He was very dedicated like the father, even more than the father. So no one should eat, or otherwise he will be expelled from my kingdom. And he was a Raj Chakravarti. You look into any corner, it belongs to him. And the message went to his father. He said, listen, Vimohini, I have to follow this Ekadashi. So he said, no. If you do it, I will leave you. And because of not listening my word, you also have to go to Naraka. So he is in a big dilemma. If I don't do, then I will go to Naraka. And if I do, then I will go to Naraka. But he cannot leave this Ekadashi. He was very determined. So, there was a big fight going on, argument. He said, you tell me anything else that I can do, but I will fast on Ekadashi. He said, okay, I will tell you, you have to do it. He said, yes. You call your son and you chop off his head and give it to me. So he's cut his head, offered to me, then I will accept. Because he knows that, she knows that this he cannot do. Who can do it? Then Sandhyavali also came they were present. But Sandhyavali, what she said, he said, O king, I'm ready to offer my son, but you don't break your determination. The Ekadashi Vrata. This much exalted she was. So then he took up the sword. At that time, Vaikuntapati came in Garuda. And as soon he was going to take up the sword, this Rukmangada, the entire earth started shaking and Vimohini fainted and fell on the ground. And then Vishnu came. He did the prayers to Vishnu and Vishnu just touched him. And he, along with his Rukmangad, Dharmangad, Sandhyavali, all the family members went to Vaikuntha in that body itself. So that is the importance of Ekadashi Tithi. So there are today's Shattila Ekadashi. In Shattila Ekadashi also there are certain rituals. It says that when the cow is doing the cow dung, before it touches the ground, you take some cow dung, put it in tila, sesame seeds, and make balls, and you offer it into yajna as ahuti. So there's a short story about it. There was a lady, she was very pious, and she used to do worship daily to the demigods and the young girls, Kumari Kanya, and used to do many rituals. But she never pays to any Brahmana or Vaishnava. But all the demigods, Ganesh, Shiva, Durga, Kali, everything she will offer. And she was very pious and fast daily. Today is Ekadashi, today is Ashtami, so I have to fast. She used to do a lot of fasting, but not Ekadashi. All other vratas she will do. So this kind of ritualistic things and pious activities can take you up to Swarga Loka, heaven, but it cannot take you to Vaikuntha or Goloka. So one time Vishnu said, let's see why she does not give to Brahmanas. So Vishnu appeared in the form of a Brahmana and asked for, give some alms to me. Bhavati bhiksham dehi. Then as soon she saw a Brahmana, she got angry and she threw a ball of mud. Take this, I'm not going to give you anything, get out of here. So then Narayana went back, and after some time she left her body. She departed, and because she did so much pious activities, she went to the Swarga Loka. And then she found a beautiful house because she gave a ball of mud to Vishnu. So a house was there, but there was no amenities inside. There is no food, nothing. She entered and all the doors are closed. Then after some time, Indra came. Indra came and said that she was crying because I am stuck. I came to Swarga Loka, but there is no facility. I am stuck inside this house. So then Indra asked about, how are you, what's happened? Then he said, what you do, all the Devis will come to see you because you were one of the human beings came in this direct form to Devaloka. So definitely everybody will come to greet you. At that time you tell all the Devis that any one of you give me the pious deeds of your one Ekadashi, Shattila Ekadashi. And that's what happened. Everybody came to greet her and she said, I will open the door, please give me the punya of one Shattila Ekadashi. And then one said, okay. Somebody gave it. Immediately the doors opened, everything got decorated, everything, all facilities came. So that means to say that much power Ekadashi Tithi has. Na bhoktavyam, na bhoktavyam, na bhoktavyam harer dine. Anybody has any question? No? Shankatita. So when you are beyond any doubt, that is the situation. You are doubtless. Shankatita. This is one of the quality of a devotee, that whatever pastimes written in the scriptures, you should be able to accept it. Shankatita, without any doubt. I have no doubt about anything. So then you have no questions. So thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Yatha Roop ki, Shattila Ekadashi ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.